liberty, and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Public comment will be opened right now from 6:31 to 7:01. I don't see anybody here for public comment, so we'll go to data presentation, and that would be Dave, I'm assuming? No? Bill? Bill, oh, it's you, all right. Got it.
I'm not used to going first.
I know, right?
So a couple things are in front of you, and before I get to the data presentation, several years ago we put together this brochure that we're in the process of updating, and actually we're going to tie it into Portrait of the Learner.
Good.
So we're in that process.
Nice.
And then the little sheet from 2018, 2019 was what we used to put together each year as far as data for Winnacunnet High School. Everything was done pre-COVID, and now we're post-COVID, we're trying to get back into doing things correctly. So we are working with the marketing firm that we dealt with in the past to try to package this stuff and move forward. So tonight I'll just go through the data summary, which is, you've got it in the board docs, and also the handout I put on. So I'll quickly go through that. Just go over an overview of it. The data that we keep is the SAT data from the test administration, the school-wide test data. The statewide science testing, those are both 11th grade testing. The AP administration from the AP classes and the ELO enrollment. Overall, and some of this stuff is the October 1 reporting to the state. We had 1,070 students, and that goes up and down, and you'll see that it's gone down a little bit in my principal's report later on this evening. About 16% of our students receive special education services. 14.3% receive free reduced lunch. About 9% receive Title I services. Graduation rate last year was 92.42%. Dropout rate was 1.19%. 55% of our students last year went to four-year colleges. 15% went to two-year colleges, and 5% pursued other academic military opportunities.
Can I ask one question?
Yep.
Between the graduation rate and the dropout rate doesn't add to 100, like where's the rest of the students? Should they add to 100?
It doesn't add to 100.
Like what is where are the other people that
So
didn't
the graduation
graduate?
rate comes from,
It's over multiple years.
it's over a four-year period.
What do you mean?
So they essentially built in for extra time to students who might be behind in credits, but who might still earn a regular graduation
so this
diploma.
is 4-year graduation rate, you're
Correct,
saying?
yep.
Correct.
Okay, so there are other students who graduate on some sort of alternative path beyond 4 years?
Correct.
Okay.
And if you take a look on the postgraduate plans, relatively consistent, although it seems that now more students are going back to four-year colleges and universities. As far as two-year colleges, it remains pretty consistent, and I think more students, at least last year, are pursuing other opportunities before they go off to college.
Or could that be kids who went to SST and decided to go into the trades or something?
Yep. Athletic participation for last year, we had just under 300 athletes for the fall, about 240 for the spring, winter, and about 250 for the spring. High percentage of those were scholar athletes, and overall our participation has been pretty consistent over the years.
What equates to a scholar athlete? Like they have to make honor roll
Yeah,
or
it's
something?
3.6, is it, or 3.3?
I would ask that question. Dave, do you remember?
I don't remember.
I can get it for you.
They just
It's a
certain GPA?
Yes.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a 3.0 or something?
Yeah, right.
I was wondering that too. What's the difference between an athlete and a scholar athlete?
Right, aren't
Yeah.
they all scholar
they,
athletes?
No, yeah.
Really
no,
good
yeah,
athletes?
Yeah, no, and actually, we had some of the highest scholar athletes for years,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so
Yeah, so we
we've
do
done
pretty
well on that.
And again, in order to participate, students need to pass the 5 classes prior to
The term
trimester
they're
they
in, right?
participate.
Yeah.
We do, sometimes if they pass 4, they do, we put them on a contract So we found out that students, even though we think they're gonna use their time wisely when they're not playing sports, they don't use that time wisely.
Yeah.
If we make sure that, okay, if, you know, we'll monitor the grades during the trimester. So we require all students, all juniors, to take the SAT administration, and includes their writing and reading, and also the essay portion of the test. Last year, we had 60% of our students being proficient in the reading and writing, similar to what the state was, a little bit above the national. And for math, again, we want more students to be proficient, 39%, a little bit above the state level, and also the national level. And then if you take a look at the next graph that shows the last trend for the last 4 years, fairly consistent across the board, a little bit of increases. We maintain that we're typically above the state and the national with our results.
So there seemed to be a bit of a dip post-COVID. Just,
But not-
I mean,
I mean-
in math or,
A little bit.
yeah, just a little bit of math. It's not that I was.
Nothing major.
The
nothing
math must
major.
be
No,
hard.
No, it's very good that it's that consistent.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I mean, you know, our results could be better too, but, you know, statewide, overall.
No, I
the
know.
test is
The
up.
test must be hard if only 30% nationally can meet the standard.
And then also in the spring, we have the state science testing. All the juniors take it. And we had proficient level 3 and 4 is where we want the students to be. We had 52% proficient and above at last year's administration, 30% at level 1, 18% at level 2. And then the next sheet shows how we've done the last couple of years compared to the state. And clearly we have shown an increase in our results for the science. We've been doing a lot of work. The science department has worked with the next generation science standards. So overall, the science department is clearly take a look at the results and see what they can do to improve the students' performance. Advanced placement, we have 12 AP classes that we offer. US history, students in grade 10 can take that. Most of the other ones are grade 11, grade 12. Last year we had 139 students take AP classes. Of those 139 students take several classes, so we had 246 exams. And 97 of those 139 students scored 3 or higher, which is typically what colleges look at to give credit. And that percentage is just under 70%.
Is that's has stayed pretty consistent too?
Yeah, so if you take a look at the next year,
Yeah.
you know, we've had more exams last year. We had a little dip as far as students scoring 3 or above, but we seem to be increasing that.
Okay. Great.
And then the last sheet is our ELO enrollment over the last 4 years. Clearly, we had a little dip last year, but right now, for this trimester, trimester 1, we're above what we have been in the past, so we're clearly increasing it. You know, we do have Matt Long that we've hired. He's doing a great job. So
I was gonna say,
the
how's
numbers are
Matt doing?
increasing.
Good?
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Any questions, ladies?
Now that I get a 4 on the US history.
Good for you.
My brother might have been 3.
Yeah.
I used to torture him.
I love it.
And so again, we'll, you know, keep on working on that, start packaging it that we can hand out, and keep everybody informed.
Great. Thank you. Moving on, we're gonna go to Winnacunnet Pride. Mr. Parrish?
So, since we last met, the class of 2027 had a comic book and toy show, which went well. We had the fall play, You Can't Take It Without.
With.
You Can't Take It With You. Yeah. And then this upcoming weekend on Sunday, Best Buddies is gonna have a craft fair, in the cafeteria.
Is it Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday, the 19th.
Oh, it is, okay.
And then National Honor Society is hosting a
Sunday.
coat drive right now. That's
Sunday.
ending up
Oh, Saturday.
next week. And then we have 4 classes left this trimester. I'm looking forward to ending. Fall sports are wrapped up, and then winter sports are starting up now. And for student council, we just spent last week 2 days up in Waterville Valley for our overnight conference we do every year, where the theme was keys to success for a successful student council. We got to meet with a lot of other schools in the state, see how they're doing, so we can improve our own student council engagement with the student body. And we met with guest speaker Ted Wisey, who was very fun. And then, so an initiative that the student council is taking on since that is something we're calling the 12 Days of Giving, which we met with Mr. McGowan and Mrs. Nadeau on. So the plan is to work with the middle schools and sending schools in the district to get their student councils involved with ours. And then here at Winnacunnet, we're hosting a toy drive from December 1st to December 12th in unison with the fire departments in each of the sending schools. We've reached out and they're all very excited to do that. And we're just hoping to give back to the community in these 12 Days of Giving with this event.
Great.
Can I just ask you, look, if for donations, would they go to the fire department or would they come to the school with the donations?
Plan right now is that we're gonna collect toys here and at the sending schools, and then
Okay.
we're gonna correspond with the sending schools to see if they want to come with us to the fire departments to bring, like, split them amongst the 5 towns. Well, Southampton we're figuring out. I don't know if they have a fire department. I heard they didn't, but I don't know.
On
And,
call.
yeah, and then they'll be collected here, and then we'll bring them as a student council.
Okay, thank you.
But yeah, and that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's a great undertaking. I'm proud of you guys. That's awesome. Next we have our minutes. Does anybody have any? We can do them all at once, can't we? Or do you want to do them one at a time? Is it easier for you to do them one at a time? Okay, we'll do one at a time.
Not yet. She'll be ready in a couple meetings. for
That's
that.
right. No worries. I love it. So then could I get a motion to approve the minutes for October 18th, regular meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from October 18th.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Great. All those in favor? Beautiful. Thank you. And then we have November 9th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from November 9th budget review meeting.
Okay, I'll second that.
Thank you. All those in favor? Great, thanks. And 13th?
Motion to approve the minutes from the November 13th, 2023 budget review.
Thank you. And a second?
I'll second.
Great. All those in favor? Beautiful. Thank you, ladies. Next, we have our superintendent's report.
Oh, yes.
That's you.
Thank you. So applications were open for the student leadership team. We had a little technical glitch, so they'll be reposted, and we'll get that word out. And that's open to students from the high school as well as 7th and 8th graders from each of our sending schools. And we meet basically monthly through the end of the year, and they were a great help to us last year around topics like school safety and portrait of a learner. So look forward to getting that kicked off. We'll talk about this later well, we won't because Matt's not here, but we are in the thick of budget development. It's the most exciting time of the year. It's Matt's favorite season, budget season. And
He needs an occasional rest.
He does.
The SAU budget was adopted by the joint board a few weeks ago, and the Winnacunnet board just adopted their budget this last week. Northampton, Seabrook boards will be doing that later this month. Or actually Northampton is finished now as I look at this, and Hampton Falls and Southampton will be kicking off a little bit later. Portrait of a Learner Committee and administrative team are continuing their work on the development of multi-year Portrait of a Learner goals and benchmarks to guide the works of the district in the coming years. So we actually have a work session tomorrow afternoon, but we look forward to sharing those results with the joint board in late January. And building administrators are continuing the work of supervision and evaluation with our teachers. So I put in some of the pieces of that process, but it requires every year that teachers are doing a self-assessment where they're kind of analyzing their performance in particular domains of instruction and teaching and planning and communication. They then meet with their administrator for goal setting, developing their plan of work. They implement their plan and they get observations from their administrator as well as peer observations during that cycle. And then at the end of the cycle, which if you're a new teacher is every year, if you're a teacher with several years of experience, it's a 3-year cycle. But you also then have a closing meeting where you're sharing kind of the evidence of the work you've done to meet your goals and reflecting on those evaluations and the observations that have occurred during that cycle. So that work is in process. And then just a little warning, not this week because it's going to be 60 the next couple of days, but snow season does come soon after the 60-degree temperatures here in New Hampshire. But as we've done for the last couple of years, if we have those first 3 days of inclement weather, we will treat as snow days, traditional snow days. And if we need more than that, beyond that, we will look at potentially doing remote days.
So that one day that we've already had, is that counting towards that or no?
That does not, well, it doesn't count, really, it counts as a day. Obviously,
day.
it wasn't a snow day, but it counts,
You mean as a
right,
emoji
it's
So is
a
it-
half
what-
day.
The emoji day,
But
you
we,
mean?
Yeah.
again, you're driven by hours,
Right, okay,
so we'll give you an update on that later, but I would not consider that one of our
Okay,
traditional snow
great.
days.
perfect, thank you. All right, any questions? Mr. Hobbs, Dr. Hobbs, sorry. You're up.
All right, hot off the presses.
Hot off the presses.
Honors and high honors for Scholar athletes. We think it equates to a 3.3 GPA. They use the honor roll from guidance.
Perfect,
So there you go.
thank you.
Straight from Mr. Abboud.
There we go, love it.
Just a quick report from me tonight. Just a note on Bill's data presentation. Obviously, that data is used for external purposes to kind of face the community. I wanted to just stress that it's also used internally. A lot of these, College Board and the SAS have instructional reports where we can actually drill down to individual student performance, individual standards that are acquired or not acquired, and it serves a lot of the planning that we do, K through 12, but particularly at the high school. Really, my report is a thanks to the vertical team facilitators that worked on November 7th. We got our teachers together. For those of you guys who are new, the vertical team day is basically when we have an opportunity for the middle schools and the high school to connect, share practices, bring in student work, look at data, et cetera, et cetera. So just wanted to note Ken Martin, music, John Cross, Spanish, Steph Gupel, math, and Rachel Roberge, social studies. They were among the facilitators for that day, and feedback has been great so far. If parents do have more questions or want some more information on the science statewide assessment, there is a parent portal that's linked up in this report, and we can publicize it. And in that portal, your parents are able to see instructional report for their own student. It gives pretty detailed report on what the student did and where the areas of strength and areas of growth are.
Great,
Other than that,
awesome, yeah, that would be great to post that, I think that's awesome. Okay, perfect, thank you.
thanks.
Student Services Board report is in your packet. Do you want to speak to that, or are we all set with it?
I think you're okay.
Okay, all right, and our next is our principal's report.
Good evening again. Pretty brief one. We're in the final preparation of our Thanksgiving baskets that we do every year, led by the guidance department. We'll be distributing those on Monday, so staff, students are putting those together, and typically we have over 60 baskets that we deliver to families in the community, full Thanksgiving items for the Thanksgiving feast.
That's awesome.
We've also received some donations that, well, I accept all of them, but some of you have to approve after the fact.
Yeah.
But
Don't turn them away.
the United Way of Massachusetts Bay and Merrimack Valley donated $34.87 to support Winnacunnet student activities. The Black Cloud Giving Fund, on behalf of Nextera Energy, donated $40 to support Winnacunnet student activities. And Christina Boyd donated $250 to support food security needs and clothing needs of students in need. The other two, we take a little bit later this evening. Winter sports, this past Monday, swimming, wrestling, and bowling started. Next Monday, alpine ski begins. The following Monday after Thanksgiving, 11/27, both boys and girls basketball, boys, girls ice hockey, indoor track, and winter spirit start up. And then the following Monday on December 4th, Nordic ski begins. So we're fully underway with that. And the enrollment numbers are there. They're down a little bit. They fluctuate, and I'll have a full report as far as where those students went at the next meeting.
Great, thank you. Continuing business, we don't have any. So we'll go back to you for the acceptance of the gifts.
That's me again.
Yeah.
He's doing a
Okay.
great job.
You know what? It's the bill hour. We like it.
And
So,
November is a month of gratitude.
Exactly. We like that.
any donation that we receive over $500 needs to be approved by the school board. We received $750 from Just for School Success, donated $750 in gift cards for students with clothing and shoe needs. And then, I'm not sure if you want to take
Yeah,
that.
you wanna do that one? Okay. So could I get a motion to accept the donation of $750 in gift cards?
Motion to accept the donation of $750 in gift cards from Dress for Success, School Success for students with clothing and shoe needs.
Thank you. And a second?
Oh, second.
Thank you. And all those in favor? All right, thank you. And thank you to Dress for Success. Excellent.
And then we received a donation from Michael, John, and Eric Ryan Rush Foundation of $1,000 to support the Best Buddies program, and they've been providing $1,000 to Winnacunnet High School Best Buddies for the last several years.
Mhm.
So we thank them for that.
We do thank them for that, absolutely. Could I give a motion to accept that?
Yeah, I'll move that we accept the donation amount of $1,000 from Michael John and Eric Ryan Rush Foundation for Children for the Best Buddies program.
Great. And second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor? And thank you to the Rush family. And next we have education-related legislator. We're not doing, or
That was
are
a
we?
board request to bring this forward to this agenda to talk about any legislation related to education and any decisions made by the State Board of Education that the board might want to weigh in on. So I don't know if there's anything in particular that people wanted to address tonight.
Yeah, and I think it came from Tamara more than me.
No, that was
but
Tamara,
yeah, it was,
yeah.
I think we'll table it for
Okay.
until next month when she's here, I think. What do you think? Is that all right, girls?
Sounds
Yeah?
good.
Okay, all right. So then we have personnel, so we'll go into non-public, so, wow, guys.
This is a small agenda.
Yeah, so future meetings, we have not, no, and no for those next three, right?
Well, one of you is.
Oh, wait a minute, the budget,
Those are budget
those are bud,
committee.
that's
Budget
right,
committee.
okay.
That would be me.
Yep, all right, so you've, Winnacunnet BudCom
Lucky me.
review, yep, November 30th, December 11th, and December 19th. And then our next school board meeting is Christmas Eve, no, I'm only kidding. December, close, you know, December 20th, so.
And we should dress appropriately.
Yes, we did definitely dress appropriately, you know. We got Brian kicked out of school, but hey, we'll do it anyway. That's right, yeah, so, do we have, we're gonna
do
ask,
have-
we do have to stay here and keep it open?
Oh,
We,
But do we have a retirement?
if there's, yeah, but that has to go into non-public.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So do we,
we have
so
5
you have to wait about
minutes.
6 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ideally, yes, you
Okay.
have to wait about 6
I can
minutes.
take, I mean, I skipped over BICON as far as the upcoming events,
oh, good,
great.
go for it.
so we can go back to that, you know.
Sorry.
Through Thursday, January 18th, just to really push ahead. As Luke had
Okay, we're ready.
mentioned, the Best Buddies Craft Fair is this Sunday from 9 to 3 in the dining hall.
9 to 3.
Sunday.
A week from today, we'll be on Thanksgiving recess for a few days. And then when we return, we have the trimester 1 exams on Wednesday, 11/29, and Thursday, November 30th. And then Friday, December 1st, there's no school for students. That's our transition day.
Got it.
The holiday concert is Thursday, December 14th. Friday, we've got the early release on December 22nd, Head Home for the Holidays.
Yay.
And then on Saturday, January 26th, when we return, we've got Talent Extravaganza.
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 There we go.
Hard, right?
Extravaganza.
I can't do it.
Words get stuck at this time of day.
What is, oh, is that the teacher talent show? Is that the, no, what is that?
No, I think it's just like the kids
Okay,
can
the
do
students
whatever
doing
they
it?
want,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Talent show. Yeah.
Got it.
What are you gonna do, Luke, for that?
I haven't decided yet.
It's gonna be a surprise. You could give us a sneak preview at the board meeting.
Yes.
I do.
Yeah. Just think, Luke, you're almost done. I know.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patiently,
Just
right?
chugging along.
Chugging along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coasting, as they say in the wintertime.
Yeah, coasting.
So, and then Thursday, January 18th, we got trimester 2 parent conferences.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That seems far away.
This
so
year has
Yeah.
gone like,
Let's
it's
just
gone by
focus
fast.
on November.
yeah. Can we focus that we have Thanksgiving in the next
I
week?
just
It's
can't
like-
believe Thanksgiving's next
It's
week.
so early.
Seems
Really,
very
it's the earliest
early.
it could possibly be, probably.
Probably, right? Third Thursday? I don't know.
Fourth, but the 30th is
Yeah.
like our
Okay, that
fifth
one, yeah.
Thursday. Yeah.
No, thanks.
So, took up some time.
Yeah, you did, thank you. Does anybody have anything else that come to mind? Okay, then we have 3 minutes before we have to, so we have to, just so you know, that we have to, have public comment open for 30 minutes from the time we start the meeting and we say public comment, then, the public has 30 minutes to come in and, speak on any topic that they want.
Do you want to speak on any topic?
Yeah, you wanna speak? You sure? You sure? Come on.
Sing
We
us
picked
a
the best
song.
meeting to come to.
Yeah,
This is
Yeah.
at the club, right?
give us your wish
You'll be
list.
in and
Yep.
out.
I know. All right. No song and dance.
Not yet.
No.
These are extras.
Okay.
We haven't had time to prepare.
We don't have, yeah, we need to get that, so. No song and dance. We need to work on
Dr.
it.
Hobbs, you don't want to entertain us with a song, musical number? Okay.
We'll song.
You're
How
the
about
one-
a
you're the one that can
slideshow from
sing.
Africa?
Yeah, that's right. Come on.
Do that. It'll take longer than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you get to see it, Meredith?
See,
The,
the slide.
the trip photos
Oh,
from Africa?
So I actually was not able to sit there. I was in Seabrook, covering at the middle school on the day of
We did
the
have a showing
slideshow.
at the Central
Oh, you did?
Did you?
I think we had cookies, popcorn.
Wow.
You need to
Very
put it on for us.
exciting.
I wanna see this.
I
Really.
do too.
I did, somebody else just went and they rave about it. They said it is literally life-changing going there.
Yep, and it was, I mean, to bring the kids was unbelievable.
Yeah,
12, 10, and 8, it is life-changing.
that's
Where'd
great.
they go?
He went to Africa.
Tanzania and Kenya. Oh, it was over the summer.
Yeah, over the summer, the family vacation,
Oh.
but yeah.
Do you think that was the perfect ages to take your kids?
I thought, going into it, I thought I was gonna be too young, but
Yeah.
afterwards, they lived right up to it, and they'll remember it for sure.
Amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
That's amazing.
Yeah, what a trip, huh?
How was the plane ride, though? That must have been the worst part.
Wasn't that bad.
No.
We flew into Kilimanjaro. No, it was just a bunch of trekkers on the plane.
So you could see it from the plane?
It was at night.
Oh.
Didn't get to see it.
Did you see a lion?
Oh, we saw, lots of lions.
Elephants.
Elephants, giraffes,
Lions
rhinos.
and tigers and bears. Oh, my.
Anything you can think of.
Hippo?
Yeah, the hippos are scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hippos at night are scary.
Oh, I can imagine. They're huge
Yeah,
too.
they're huge.
So they come out of the water at night, and they graze around like cattle. So they can wander up to 3-4 miles from their like watering hole. And we got in a jeep at night. We did like a night drive, and they pop out of nowhere.
I would be,
They're fast.
yeah,
Mhm.
and they have very large mouths. It's like, no
And big
thanks.
teeth.
And big teeth, yeah.
All right, 7:01.
7:01, public comment is closed. All right, so we need a roll call we need a motion to go into non-public session.
I'll make a motion for a roll call to enter
You
non-public
go ahead,
session.
Luke, thank you so much.
Thanks, Luke.
All right,
Under
so
RSA 91A
Yeah.
colon 3-2 at 7:01 PM.
And it would be 2A. 2A.
2A.
Good
Did I
night.
say
Good
that?
night.
Oh, it just says parentheses, sorry.
Okay. All right, so we need a roll call on that?
On second first?
Oh, second, sorry.
Second, okay.
Okay, so
Now a roll
Tricia
call.
second.
Okay, so we have Leslie LaFawn,
Yes.
Nicole Zico,
Yes.
Tricia O'Keefe,
Yes.
and Desiree Potter.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do we have to close that door?